What up, guys? Alchemist saying something nice for you. As y'all can see, it's the month of the Warlocks right now. October is Warlocks month right now. So I got another Warlock build for you guys. I already told you guys I'm both recording, so I don't know what day y'all getting this, but we're working on Arc Warlock. It's Tuesday for me, but we're working on Arc Warlock today's build with Verity's Brow. Verity Brow, make it that as you get weapon kills matching your grenade type, you get death throws, and the death throws increase your grenade damage. Y'all already know all this, okay? This works for turrets now, the Arc Soul turret and the Ionic Sentry inside Arc, because now they are treated based off the grenade stat, and they work off of grenade perks as well. So we can take advantage with Verity buffing them up to be even more damage, and we can make them utilize certain mods like, certain mods like Firepower, making that turret make ores for us, or the Ionic Entry make ores for us. Shield Crush, for example, and artifact, stuff like that. So first things first, the weapon you want to use, you can use any arc weapon you want, okay? You use any arc weapon you want, and you can basically use any weapon you want. You just need to make sure you have at least one arc weapon on you. I went with Umfall because it's a feature weapon, so we get that extra damage, and because of the artifact with energy acceleration and stuff, it get bonus damage. So Umfall is just very strong right now in this sandbox. If you want to use an exotic, then by all means you can use like Delicate Tune, which is like one of my favorite weapons, but it's not featured right now, so I didn't want to throw that on the build. But Trinity Ghoul is in the kit. I know that is a feature weapon if you're a Trinity Ghoul lover, but yeah, all you need is an arc weapon in your energy slot, and that's about it. Everything else will be whatever you want. You can put on Bar Dyad, you can run double special if you want, crossbow in your heavy slot, all up to you, okay, for weapons. Artifact, the only thing you need in the artifact in this arc build, I'm using Umfall, so energy acceleration. But if you're not using Umfall, only thing you need is Elemental Coalescence and Refresh Thread. So when you get Ionic Traces, you get bonus energy for your least charged ability, even though Ionic Traces give you energy for all your abilities. And then Elemental Coalescence, making that you make Ionic Traces from any kills, not just from, you know, inside your subclass kit because of this. And Ionic Trace is one of the only elemental pickups that has no cooldown to them. Bungie just did a buff where stasis shards have no longer have a cooldown to them, so you can make infinite stasis shards. But Ionic Traces was the first one that didn't have a internal cooldown. So this helps you make Ionic Traces non-stop as long as you keep getting kills. And then in the last slot, you want Shield Crush. You will be amplified. Just buff up your grenade damage and make them come back quicker. The turret and Ionic Entry is considered grenades now, so it get buffed by Shield Crush. And then we got Elemental Overdrive on, so now we get an Ionic Trace. It'll buff my arc weapons by 10%. So that's all you really need in this build. Shield Crush, Elemental Overdrive, Elemental Coalescence, and Refresh Threads. And then you can mix other stuff into it based on your preference. Like, you can put on a Stasis weapon to add more damage resistance in this build, and then you can use Fever and Chill to get Frost Armor and Frost Renewal to stack with your Amplified to survive longer in this build, because there's no really damage reduction besides Amplified. And there's no heal factor here either, right? So you can definitely put on a Stasis weapon in this build to add that extra survivability. Stats, 200 grenade stat, whether you do 160 grenade stat and then you put on some font mods, you know, grenade font mods, get plus 40 or plus 20, but you want to try to get as close to 200 as possible. I say the minimum be 180, the max 200, okay? After that, you want to get 100 class stat. 100 class stat, that's all you need. 200 grenade, 100 class stat, and the build is good, okay? And then I guess you could put the rest of your weapon stat to like 150, 160 if you got all tier 5 armor, right? Get like 150, 160 weapon stat to have more ammo for your Umfall or whatever special weapon you're rocking. So that would be 100, 250, 400, 450. Yeah, that's enough. You can only have 500 stats total, so yeah, you can let that happen if you get the perfect armor stats. But that's the stats. Subclass, Chaos Reach is just stronger. I do not recommend Storm Trance unless you just want to use it just because you enjoy it to have fun, I guess. But Chaos Reach is the way to go. way more damage output. Healing Rift, so you have some type of healing capability in this build. Healing Rift will be stacking with the Arc Soul. So while you got Arc Soul on, right, when you pop a Rift to put Arc Soul on, in case you didn't notice, while you inside your Rift, the timer gonna stay at 14 seconds until you leave the Rift, okay? Once you leave the Rift, the timer start going down. But if you go back into your Rift, the timer goes back to the, you know, the max timer for it. So it's long. Your Arc Soul gonna be on longer than 14 seconds basically, as long as you stand around your Rift. So as long as you get your uptime in your Rift a lot, your Arc Soul should stay on basically the whole time your gameplay loop, right? We got Burst Glide on. We got Ball Lightning on because Chain Lightning just ain't good, okay? Chain Lightning just, you gotta get too close to the enemy to actually do it. It's not like Destiny 1 where it mapped people. They nerfed it tremendously in this game, so you gotta get really close to actually hit people with it. So, you know, Ball Lightning just a better option here. We got Pulse Grenades on because Pulse Grenades just strong, right? Arc Soul, we are casting our Rift with Arc Soul out, of course. While Amplify, it shoots 5 shots, I believe, instead of 3. And Arc Soul is now tied to the grenade stat, so do more damage. We got a unique iteration here. I talked about it in my last Warlock video, but you're gonna see. And then we got Honest Sentry on. I kept saying entry. Sentry on, where when you defeat people with kinetic damage or arc weapons or arc abilities, aka your turret, your Umfall, Ionic Sentry itself, it'll charge up an arc turret, which is Ion Sentry, that periodically chain lightning between nearby targets, creating a stack of bolt charge with each hit. Basically it's like Gunpowder Gamble if you're a hunter. If you play hunter before, you get kills to charge up a stack, and then it replaces your grenade to throw it to, you know, do damage to enemies. Also on initial impact, when you throw the Ion Sentry out there, it blinds enemies, so you want to actually throw it at enemies on purpose to blind them immediately, and they keep getting shot. And then of course it gets stacked by the grenade stat now, right? Fragments, we're rocking Spark of Resistance to get that extra 15% damage resistance, survivability in this build, you know. We got on Spark of Discharge, where arc weapon final blows have a chance to make iron traces, and the collecting iron traces give us bolt charge. We're gonna be killing people with Umfall in this build. We got Spark of Shock on, so your arc grenades jolt targets. Because our turret and Ion Sentry is considered grenades now our arc turret actually jolt enemies. So when you see it shoot these acolytes, you're gonna see they're getting jolted. You see, they're getting jolted. So yeah, just amazing. Just I'm still kind of speechless with how strong and how good Warlocks are now with this just one update of changing. It's kind of insane to me. So I'd be lost for words. I really don't be knowing what to say sometimes. And then we got Sparking Beacons on, while you amplify your arc special or heavy ammo weapons. Final blows create a blinding explosion. This will add more ad control, zone control in the mix of the build, so that you'll be able to stay alive longer. Because again, Amplified is broken, but you got to keep moving 24/7. And if you're not moving 24/7, you're really just banking on them missing their shots. Okay, you gotta be strafing while you're shooting them so they miss their shot while amplified and all that type of stuff, right? Because there's no heal factor in this build. It's not like Solar where you got restoration. It's not like Void where you got Devour. It's not like Stasis where you pick up the stasis shards and they give you health. None of that. Okay, we don't got none of that. And it's not Wolf and Mail and Weave Walk where you're going visible and your DR is to the roof. Like, we don't got none of that. So this to help us keep blinding enemies so they don't fight back and miss their shots more often with Amplified, right? Now, if you're not using a special arc weapon, then you can definitely replace this with like Spark of Ions, where defeating jolted targets or defeating target with bolt charge create an ion trace. Targets always gonna be jolted because of your Spark of Shock with the Ionic Sentry and Arc Soul jolting people non-stop. So you definitely put Spark of Ions on if you want to get Ion Traces more often, which will give you more uptime on all of your abilities. So if you don't want to go the blinding route and you feel like you're a-okay, which I felt I was okay too, but I want to just make sure I implement this to you guys in case you're not okay with it. I don't be needing the enemies to be blinded. I just need them dead. You can definitely go Spark and Ions to have more uptime in your abilities, so you can spam Arc Soul more often, with your Rift being up 24/7 and getting them Arc Sentries out there more often. But that's the subclass. Mods, helmet, I'm rocking Ashes to Assets. Again, turret is considered a grenade now, so any kills the turret get, I get bonus super energy. We got special ammo finder on, so I can get more ammo for my Umfall when I'm using my other primaries and stuff. I got harmonic siphon on to make orbs with Umfall. I got firepower on, so whenever my turret kills somebody or Iron Sentry, I make orbs. We got 2 grenade fonts on, giving plus 40, so this bumped me up to 193 with my grenade stat. Resist mods and chest piece. Lead piece, we got 2 recuperations on to give us plus 75 health when I pick up an orb of power because I have 0 health in this build. I got harmonic scavenger on, get more ammo for my Umfall when I pick it up. And then class item, I have Reaper on, so whenever I drop a Rift, first weapon kill I get, make an orb. Bomber on, whenever I drop a Rift, I get grenade energy. And then we got a special finisher in case I can get the finisher move off to make some special ammo for myself. But sometimes I take off special finisher because I do have grenade font mods on, so I just end up putting on like something like powerful attraction or distribution. Dealer's choice, okay? And if you're wondering how much grenade damage we're adding up to, you got the Verity on, you got the Shield Crush on, you got your grenade stat being at 200 for the 65%. You're doing like 4 times extra damage with your turret and Iron Sentry. So if it was doing 100 damage, now I'm doing 400 damage. It's pretty ridiculous. It's pretty ridiculous. Like let me just show you real quick. Bring these acolytes in here, right? And if we get my bad. And if we get max death throws, right? We'll get max death throws. And then we're gonna bring some knights in here. If I drop my Rift, you're gonna see that the Arc Soul just gonna be melting them. You see? You see that? I don't have to lift a finger. That's how much damage the Arc Soul is doing. Right? If I get some more Umfall kills. If I get some more Umfall kills, the death throw will make you stay up. You see how deadly it is in normal content and -30 content. I took this in -40 and was demolishing people. I took it in -50 and it was demolishing people. But just know, compared to my other build, Arc don't have that much survivability like I was able to create with the prismatic build. So just keep that in mind. But it's super strong. This build is cracked. It's cracked. So I hope you guys enjoyed this build. Love you guys. Appreciate you guys as always. I got more to come, so I want to get back. I'm gonna get to more recording in. But until next time, love you guys. Appreciate you guys as always. Make sure y'all hit the hype button on this video. That's the new system on YouTube. Hype the video, help it get more viewers with other newcomers. So put the word out there. Hype the video up. And until next time, stay up.